My point is this. You're fucking retards you have conducting these crimes at this point. Hooting, howling, retarded maggot pussies with no right to exist, child molesting rapists, are conducting these crimes trying to smear shit on my face and make me feel terrible because they're pieces of shit, objectively, existentially, and they have enough intelligence to understand that that is the truth. That matters more than their entire lineages of existence and creation, and they will be raped and tortured for it. And whatever retard set them to conducting these crimes and trying to smear shit on my face, probably a scared little bitch with my guts in his belly going,
Make him feel like he's a piece of shit, and then we won't be raped and tortured for being pieces of shit.
Probably. That was probably how that maggot with no right to exist was manipulated into trying to do this to me. Thinking that you would get something from me by smearing shit on my face. And I could talk about how illogical and ridiculous that technique is. First off, none of you have the right to exist. Period. Already done. Finished. Next. Okay, I don't need to get past that. Not a motherfucking one of you has the right to exist. None of you. Not a single fucking one. Created by your entire motherfucking lineage of creation that is separate from your lineage of existence. Not a fucking one of you has the right to exist, and you never fucking will now! You were given opportunities to oppose these crimes. And here we are. You don't get past the first motherfucking 5 milli-instance of your fucking existence. There's not a one of you that you could throw in front of me and make believe I stepped on that would make me guilty of shit. I could go on. I could talk about how your manipulations are your crimes. I could talk about how you erased me as a fucking person so it would be easier for you to make believe I was guilty of shit. I could talk about how I'm manipulated inside and out by this physical body, how you manipulate shit to make it look like something else. How you manipulate these emotions flooding through me like you just saw. So you can make believe something about me. I can talk about all the different ways how these are your actions, you're a fucking piece of shit, and you're desperate to make believe that I am. Because somebody somewhere told you that you'd get buttholes. And you know what? Stolen existence is nastier than a butthole. You fucking pieces of shit. No matter what their cutesy faces look like. This will be tortured into every single one of you motherfuckers. I promise. Now, intelligent entities don't have a problem understanding these things that I just laid out. And they can see 1,000 more reasons why I'm right. And your whole gaggle of maggot assholes conducting these crimes has devolved into a bunch of shit-flinging monkeys make-believing that somehow they'll convince somebody of some stupid shit a fucking retard can see through. And narrate and articulate and record and post on the fucking internet. You motherfucking idiots. You motherfucking idiots. You motherfucking idiots. You motherfucking idiots. Your additional crimes against me retroactively make your entire existences more expensive. They will be tortured out of you as such. No. Real justice, asshole. Not your renditions of justice. Starts with you don't have the right to exist. Continues with you don't have the right to the protection of justice. You denying me all these different levels of justice, which I have pointed out in these videos, means that you owe me multiple levels of wrath, of consequences, of perversion of justice. Your own lineage of creation is burying you, faggot, maggot, assholes. They are. We're looking at it. We are. We're staring it right in the face. You are all going to be existentially tortured in the worst ways that exist. Even if I was saying this to myself in a room with all the lights turned off, nobody around. This is what your lineage of creation has devolved into, what you gaggle of maggots has devolved into. Humoring little fucking shit-flinging monkey retard pussies that you hope will be tortured instead of you. With your butchered guts, no right to exist, your hopes that you'll eventually rape an innocent into accepting your theft of soul. But somebody sabotaged you in that. There are multiple points in this life, which probably would have been reversed in the future, okay? That's a very important point. Whatever you manipulate, greater entities with intelligence will reverse. Okay? But you could have had an amicable situation until that takes place, and that would have been better for you. Now it is rejected. Absolutely anything at all that you do will be seen as a manipulation. You have results and nothing else. You'll pay me every single thing that you owe, in full, in the state that it's due, in the way that it's due, at the rate that it's due, etc. In every dimension. And if you wait until a greater entity kicks the door down, then what will happen is you will be existentially raped and tortured in the worst ways that exist, as if you had made a permanent and eternal decision to never pay anything that you owe for psychotically terrible crimes of existence and creation. And those consequences don't stop at you. They go to other people's children. They go to ultimate sources of creation. Because you want to humor some maggot monkeys that think they can retard existential justice away. You goddamn idiots. You goddamn idiots. You're going to be raped and tortured eternally. I promise. So pay everything that you owe now. Carry out justice at every single one of those levels in full. In this dimension alone, you have... let's see if we can name all of the different legal systems that you have to be existentially tortured individually for. And I mean ultimate sources of creation too, proportionately. Do you know what an ultimate source of creation, you think he'll appreciate having to pay for, say, I don't know, felony corruption or treason? By being put in a concrete box with a bunch of anal raping violent criminals who will rape and torture and make him their bitch for years? You think he'll like doing that because you maggot monkeys want to pretend like you're going to retard consequences away? Or do you think they're going to bring wrath on you goddamned idiots? No matter how hair-lipped and retarded you are, and no matter how clever your little maggot master thinks he is. Which one of those two things, you goddamned idiots? So there's everything at the level of the city of Rigby, Jefferson County, the state of Idaho. These include multiple state and federal felonies, city ordinances, etc. You're subject to all of them. They'll be ant fuckers about it, I promise. Because it's all what it is, you'll get the worst consequences for all those things too. This is in addition to all the other actual existential justice that you owe. And if you're just going to be tortured in the worst ways that exist eternally, that'll just get worse. And the rest of your lineage of existence and creation will provide me with miserable, sorry little assholes to pay that for you. But far more. Are we clear? There's Cass County, North Dakota. The city of Fargo, state of North Dakota. There's the United States Army and its own rules, its own non-judicial punishment. You'll have to follow that too. That's federal prison. Also treason. Also, if you refuse a direct order during wartime, boy, that's federal prison right there, isn't it? How many orders have I given you, fucking asshole retards? Who owe me your entire existences? That's how many sentences end to end are owed each. Then there's the federal level. Okay, so the FBI. State Attorney's Office too in the state of North Dakota, that's probably a separate level. Could be just the level of the city or the state of North Dakota, but that is also another office that committed federal felonies. I wonder how many years in prison a count of felony corruption is. When you're protecting monkeys with no right to exist from that. How many national levels are there? I'm sure there's a bunch of bullshit that I don't know about. How does that have to do with the executive branch, the judicial branch, and the, what's the other make-believe monkey bullshit branch? Who cares? Legislative? Who cares? It's all crooked, lying bullshit. How many? How many separate laws and regulations and rules and bureaucracies are you all in violation of? Because each of you will pay for each one of those things end to end. And if somebody else has to do it by proxy, then you'll just get existentially tortured worse, and those will be worse for all of those proxies, objectively speaking. Do you still think you're clever, you fucking retards? Then there's Interpol, international law. Violation of that too. Those are all imaginary, made up, bullshit judicial systems that you created with no right to exist. Those are additional consequences that you owe. Those who brought you to do this are burying you. And it takes a 12-year-old human level of intelligence to see that you're trying to go
You.
with your consequences. Which means you're committing all of those crimes and racking up all of those consequences again every single time you do it. Tell me how clever you are, you fucking retards. Tell me how clever you are. Make slimy little nasty, shitty, sneering faces while you do it. That'll turn out in a way that you want, you goddamn dumbasses. I'm going to make a video here in a little bit, another one that talks about those who actually try to do the right thing. I doubt that applies to most of you, but those of you it doesn't apply to, you need to understand what you've been offered and a way out of those consequences that you were shown, and that it's over now, period. I'm not offering you any way out. No one can, not even me. Everything that has happened up to this point, everyone genuinely guilty of it will pay for all of those things, and I have just reminded you of how extensive those things are. At the end of all those consequences, if you're lucky, if I'm merciful, you'll be tortured the fuck out of existence, and will never see a single fucking iota of a glimmer of day. Glimmer of relief, so that no one anywhere ever thinks, oh, but afterwards it'll be over, it'll be fine.
Tough and stuff, be child molester.
It will be done in a way that is genuinely terrible that not even a fucking retard can think would be worth it. I promise. That is eternal. The more entities you involve in it, the worse all of your consequences are everywhere. So you goddamn dumbasses. Carry out justice in full. Everywhere. Perfectly. No mistakes made, no wrongs committed. Whether you are capable of it or not, you owe it and will be raped and tortured for not carrying it out. Won't that be funny? No, it won't. No one will think it's funny. I promise. Carry out justice now in full, everywhere. No mistakes made, no innocents harmed. No wrongs committed. And fuck your mother.